Good morning, Rylan. Crisis Cat. Little Ton 2. So. Good morning, everyone. I hope we are having a wonderful morning so far. Good morning. Getting my coffee now. All right. Danny Bird, Kevin, Crisis Cat, Reichart. Good morning. I hope we are all doing great this morning. Good morning from Delaware. Wow. I haven't been to Delaware in a long time. Probably been about 6 years. It was just 2021 now, not counting that this is a new year. 7. It's been 7 years since I've been to Delaware. Morning, just stopped by. Thumbs up and have a go to work. Have a great day, y'all. Well, thank you for stopping by, Lisa. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Stay safe out there. Short Nice, good morning. You saying happy birthday to me, Deneen Bird. Happy birthday again. And yes. Gayla, good morning. Morning, Will and chat. How are things? I'm doing great this morning. It's been a very hectic week for me. And I'm really looking forward to today and tomorrow. Kind of relax, take it easy day, a couple days, and then back at it. I've got this stream this morning, and then tomorrow I've got the stream. It's like a true crime recap that I'm doing now every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So far, that stream is, about the same amount of people are watching, as that are taking part in this stream. So that's a good thing. Good morning, faithful one. Will do will. I will do will. I am doing very good at me. Rad Story, good morning. Sorry, scrolling up, make sure I didn't miss anybody because it went, it jumped again. That's the one thing that I've always had an issue with when it comes to StreamYard, which is the streaming service that I'm using right here, is it doesn't matter where I place the latency. If I put it in high latency or low latency, it's this, the comments will be there, and then it pauses, and then you'll see like 15 of them go by at the same time. So trying to keep up with it sometimes is just it's hard. Streaming on directly with YouTube it's hit or miss. I've definitely had a lot more technical issues with YouTube and streaming. And I've tried other services, but I don't know. Is there really anything out there that works 100% of the time? And if it isn't the actual streaming service, is it my internet service that is causing the issue? I don't know. Let's see. Mary T, good morning. Sherilyn, good morning. So you are one of my favorites. I try to catch you every time. I just love chatting with you. Oh, thank you, So. I appreciate that. Mary T, I haven't been here since you had the music night. Yeah. And a lot of people are really sad about the fact that I can't do those anymore. But at the same time, I'm okay with it. We'll find something else to replace it with eventually. Just right now, it's I have to be able to fit it into my schedule, and I have to be able to find something that the general audience is going to want to take part in and watch. But we'll figure something out eventually. Eventually, we will. So. Good morning, Jeannie MCG. I'm gonna 1 second here. Sorry, everybody. I have to copy something. Okay. So I stumbled across this channel. Now, this person I don't believe is a subscriber to my channel, but I like to give shout outs to channels that I think are doing an excellent job of, especially here on YouTube, when in the true crime genre or niche or whatever you want to call it. And I stumbled across this channel. It was today is Saturday, so it'd have been Thursday night. I stumbled across this channel. I'm going to post the name of it, and then I'm going to post a link for you guys to check out. So that's the name of the channel. Now I got to grab the link for it. And there is the link. Now I don't know who the lady is who does this channel, but I stumbled across the channel and I started watching it, and it was like, I think it was like 6 or 7 episodes in, and I was like, oh my God, I have work I have to do, but I just kept on watching over and over again because it was so easy to watch and informative. And she does a great job of what she's doing. But go check her out if you have a chance, and if you really like true crime, and she does missing cases, unexplained murders. It's a little bit of everything. Mary T, what's your thoughts on the stuff in the Lori Vallow case? Well, that's kind of vague, Mary T, but I'll try to answer it. When it comes to Lori Vallow, she is a giant freaking nut. She's a master manipulator. She is delusional to the point where she thinks that she's going to be able to get away with what she's done in the past. But I'm a big believer in karma, in dharma. And that I think, everything that she has done and gotten away with in the past, it's all going to catch up to her on this. And she's going to spend, if not the rest of her natural life in prison, she's, damn near. I think that for right now, for the 2 misdemeanor charges that, three misdemeanor charges that are against her right now, I think when it comes to those, she's going to be found guilty of those. The maximum penalty on those charges is 2 years. So if they give her the maximum, she'll get credit for time served since the time that she was extradited back from Hawaii. And she, from that moment when she was arrested in Hawaii, she'll get time served from that moment on of incarceration till now, or whenever that case is resolved. So she'll probably get a year and some change on that on top of it. and a $15,000 fine. Then she has the conspiracy charges with Mr. Dumbbell and her new husband. Was it number 5? And in that case, I truly believe that they're going to be found guilty of it, because they're going to be able to use all the other evidence that's brought in during the misdemeanor trial and everything else to help convict her. And since her and Chad are their trials are together, it's going to help convict Chad in the eyes of the jury. So, in that case, I think she's probably going to get 10 years on the conspiracy. And now the DA, we already know, plans to file murder charges on her and Chad. At that point, she'll probably get, I don't know, somewhere close to 30 years, if not more. So that's 40 years. You add that to the top, plus the 1 year, we're talking 42 years probably. 42 years on top of her age. She'd be in her 90s if she, or 80s before she ever gets out or eligible for parole. Your life expectancy in a prison system isn't that great. People don't live to, well, some people do. They live into, their late 90s. It's not the best food. It's not the best environment to live in. So that's what I see happening with Lori. I expect as soon as she's incarcerated and all these court cases are worked out, we'll see somebody come along like Miss Cadle or somebody who will write some kind of book about it all. They'll do some, Lifetime movies about, what happened, on and on. But it's just like the Christopher Watts thing. Everything that's taken place after the point Christopher Watts was convicted, it all happened. But there's also the likelihood that her and Chad, may decide to hang themselves in their cells, and that is definitely something that, from what I understand, is a concern with the corrections department and those who work within the prison system for security reasons. They're very concerned about them both possibly ending their own lives, to join each other on the other side of the veil, because they really do believe, to a large extent, that what they did and what took place, for JJ and Tylee, is that they had to die in order to release their bodies from this earth, so they could transcend to the next level of consciousness. They really believe that they were demons or zombies in their bodies, and that they were taken over, and that they weren't really here anymore, that they had to move on to the next level. And you couldn't get there unless they left their human bodies behind. So, on Alex Cox. Oh, on Alex Cox, he was. I'm almost 100% on this about Alex Cox. Alex Cox was the enforcer. He did all the dirty work for Lori and for Chad and for anybody else in the family who ever needed help. And why he would do it? He had no morals, no ethics, no care. He was dead inside. So if somebody asked him to kill someone, he just did it. If he asked them to try to kill someone, he didn't care. Whatever. Try shooting at Tammy. And with the paintball gun, I think that was a dry run to test to see how close that somebody could get to her to actually shoot at her at that home. And the person didn't take off down the street, out from the front of the house. He ran, whoever it was, ran around the back of the house, towards the barn and the shop. That's the opposite direction you want to run if you're trying to get away from the crime scene, because that side road, I've been there. That side road is, well, there's no inlet or outlet, except for about 3 miles down the road. So whoever it was would have to run 3 miles before they could have a escape to go left or right or anything else. But if they went straight out the front and down the road, it would have been a lot easier. So, but I really believe it was a dry run. It was Alex Cox who shot at Tammy with the paintball gun. Let's see here. She needs more charges. That's ridiculous, embarrassing to Ellie for that to be. I don't think it's embarrassing to law enforcement. I think you have to look at the entire thing in the case. In a lot of these major cases like this, you have to look at in the context of a chess match. Somebody moves their pawn, you move your pawn, and you keep on moving those pawns, and the pawns are expendable until somebody is the victor in the end, and the defense is going to lose in this. And everything is, it's like a chess match. You got to move the things around to have it all play out. And I don't think we're anywhere near the end. I don't think they're going to get to the point where they're going to go, you know what, we're just going to go with one murder charge. They could definitely go with, 2 murder charges because we know we have 2 victims. Maybe they go with 3 if they can prove that, that there was foul play involved with Tammy's life. That's 3 murder charges. Now you're talking 30, 30, 30. That's 90 years, if she's convicted on 3 murder charges, or maybe the conspiracy and the murder charges. Maybe she's looking at 100+ years. And it's all, everything has to play out. And right now, if you take a step back and look at what the DA is doing, Mr. Wood, he is playing it masterfully. I mean, the defense can say, look, there was all this, these issues and blah blah blah, and they'll try to bring them up on appeal later on after she's locked up the rest of her life, and along with Chad. But and somebody asked me the other day, do I think that Chad is ever going to roll over on Lori? If he knows what's good for him, he will. He'll try to strike a bargain with before the murder charges ever come down, and the conspiracy charges are finalized. Yeah, it'd be in his best interest to roll over on her, to see how he's been manipulated. But then again, maybe we're only getting part of the picture of what really transpired in that relationship. Maybe he's the one that manipulated her, and at the same time, she was manipulating him. Good morning, Mike Allah Akbar. Good morning. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the stream, Mike. BH Huss. Morning. You're doing great work. You got a unique touch. Well, thank you, BH. I appreciate it. I think Lizzie Borden was innocent. I think it was the workman of the father who was mad at him. That is one of the theories out there that they don't. Lizzie Borden was actually acquitted of the murder charges, but in the eyes of history, a lot of people still blame Lizzie for what happened. I think she may have killed, the stepmom. She definitely didn't get along with her, but who knows? Leah Watt, good morning. Susan McDermott, hello from the UK. Yeah, you might see me on the BBC here in this coming week, Susan. I think it was a BBC or BBC Channel 2. I can't remember which one it's going to be on. I don't have my notes in front of me, but I did a Zoom interview with them in ABC News the other night. Well, the other day. That would have been Thursday. Thursday here. So it's Saturday now here. I think he'd roll over on her first. She's been in jail a lot longer and didn't roll over on him. Yeah. Lorna Campbell, good morning. Well, thank you, Lorna. Slick Willie on the BBC, awesome. Justice for JJ and Ty Lee. Don't let those two suicide. They must pay for what they've done. Yeah. Well, one way or another, even if they don't, we're gonna get justice for JJ and Ty Lee, and here on Earth, and they're gonna pay for an eternity for what they did in the afterlife. How will you see that interview? I don't know exactly the answer to that, Short Nice. I was interviewed for my part on I took part in a documentary that is on Vice TV and Vice Media, and that's one of a couple that I've done. But there's a 5-minute. It's about 5 minutes, a little bit more than 5 minutes, like 5 minutes and 16 seconds, like short little clip of the documentary. It's on the Vice TV on YouTube. But the entire documentary that I was involved in is a little over 30 minutes in length. I have a copy of that, but I can't post it on my channel because of part of the agreement is a non-disclosure agreement that I'm not allowed to post it on my social media until after they release it. And it was with Vice TV UK, and it pertains to a gentleman, William Molt, who was found dead in his car. He was in his car in a retaining pond, and he had been there for 22 years. And how a gentleman who worked for the school system found him on Google Maps. So, and they spoke with me. They interviewed me. They interviewed there's like 2 other people who were YouTube creators on there. But they also spoke with me about my research on the case, along with my involvement with another group, which I'm not allowed to release their name of, but they have a YouTube channel, and they work directly with law enforcement on finding people and documenting cases of death, murder, stuff like that. They're basically an independent forensic and document company and discovery, a group, I guess. I don't know how you describe them, but I'm not allowed to tell everybody about their name of the group, because they actually asked that nobody uses their name, because they don't want the attention or people, I guess, looking at them in a negative way. But they helped out. They volunteered their time on the case, and that's why they want to be in the background. They don't want the publicity or anything from it. So, everybody has their choices. Let's see here. Susan, there could have been poisoning given to Alex and Tammy, and changes in the body once it's in the body, making it impossible to show up in autopsies. This is true, Susan. They both definitely could have been poisoned. Alex, did have medical conditions that would have made him have a precursor to strokes. And from the outside looking in, the medical evidence, according to the EMT's report, that it does appear that he either had a heart issue or a stroke. But then again, the heart issue definitely could have been caused by poisoning. So that's a very valid question, and something that somebody should look into. Now, I don't have the time to do that anymore. I'm extremely busy right now with what I'm working on now. Ricard loved Vice TV. When will you be on BBC? I don't know. They went through and they were interviewing everybody that was part of the actual series, the documentary, and the series total. There's a total. It's called the Super Users. I put quotes around that because that's how they put it. Is a super user. Users is the series, and there's I think nine different parts to it. And so they were interviewing not just me and the other 2 or 3 YouTube creators, But then there's another one that's it's all part of the entire thing that they interviewed me on as well, because I helped with the research on as well. But in the entire scope of the entire thing, I'm credited for not only being, the YouTuber who talked about this case, but I'm also listed in the credits for research and documentation. So, but I don't know. I know the one on ABC aired last night because my social media was blowing up. People, I guess, that on the East Coast of the United States are like, "Holy crud! I just saw you on ABC." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know about it. Did you know about this? Yeah, I know about it. I just don't ever talk about this stuff. What I do it's kind of like mine. I prefer not to be on television, or in use my likeness, or my name." And that was one of the things that really upset me with Vice TV was not only did I said, "You guys can use my channel name, but please don't put my name on it, my actual name." And they did. I was like, "Duh! Please." Good morning, Will, Connie and Kevin. Well, good morning, Connie and Kevin. Kelly, welcome to the stream. LEB, isn't there type of hay? Type of hay? I don't know. Coffee with Cece. Good morning, Cece. Hope you are doing well. Half Runner. Good morning. Nurse Bev. Hinch Held. Shalom from Jerusalem. Wow. Good morning, Nurse Bev. Good morning, and King. Good morning, and all of you. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you could be here this morning. What is your last? Isn't your name? Isn't it Will? Your name isn't Will? No, my name is Will. Well, it's a nickname. My first name is William, but I go by Will, W-I-L-L. It's the first four letters of William. But no, I didn't want them to put my name on it. Like they on the screen. If you watch either the 5-minute or the 30-minute documentary, if you watch the entire thing, when I'm on it and in the credits, they put my name. They put 411 now Will Finley. I asked them not to put the Will Finley on there. I said, "You can use my channel name, but don't put my name on there." Because inevitably, someone is going to start Googling me. They're going to start asking me questions. They're going to find my social media. And just like yesterday when it aired on ABC News and when it aired on Vice TV on Thursday and Friday, my social media just blew up. I mean, absolutely blew up. With people wanting to message me, "Hey, can you help me with this case? I've got a missing uncle who who went missing in 1953. Can you help me with this?" And don't get me wrong, I want to help people. I want to be there. I want to help others. It's just I'm inundated the way it is, and I asked them not to put my name on it because I knew that was going to happen, and they did. They can message 401 now all day long. I've got social media and emails that are just for that. But I hope you understand what I'm trying to get at. I wanted to limit the amount of contact that I was going to get from this. Go ahead, put me in the credits. Nobody watches the credits of a documentary anyways. They watch up until the end of it and then they're done. But I don't know if I'm a celebrity. I look at it this way, Gayla. Was it Andy Warhol said that we all get our 15 minutes of fame? I took my 15 minutes of fame yesterday, and I spent it all playing with my son. Thursday, when all this started happening and I started blowing up on social media and on the news and everything else, I spent my 15 minutes with my son playing Simon Says. That was good enough for me. And that was one of the other reasons why I took Thursday off and I didn't, post a video on Thursday. I was just like, nope, sorry, not doing it. I'm just going to take the day off because I knew all that was coming. And I just turned off all my devices and just kind of chilled for most of the day with my son. Just the two of us enjoying the day. Then we went to McDonald's, and you can't be inside the Playland anymore because it's closed because of COVID. So I got him his Happy Meal, and I got myself an iced tea. And then we went to the park, which the park playground stuff is closed. So I just let him, we ate. Well, if he ate, I had a couple of his fries. But I let him run around in the grass, just enjoy the weather. It was a nice day. It was about 54, 55 degrees here. So it was a nice day. And then we went for a ride, and I played him, his favorite music, that he likes to listen to whenever we're in the car. It was a great day. I really enjoyed it. So. Reichardt, yes. That's another nickname. When I was younger, my older sisters used to call me Billy Boy. My oldest sister has another one where she used to combine my first name and the first part of my first name, part of it, and part of my middle name. She used to call me Billy Ray. But yeah, Billy is definitely, or Bill is a nickname also for William. It's just when I was younger, I always preferred Will. Because the reason why I went with Will, I think initially was I had a friend who was also named Bill. And then whenever somebody came up to a group of us and they yelled Bill, me and my friend Bill, both of us would turn and look, are you talking to me or who are you talking to? And we were like that, growing up. And we are to the most part, but he lives about 80 miles from me now. And I only get to see him or hang out with him, 3 or 4 times a year. But still a great guy. But he goes by Bill and I go by Will. West, your sound great there. It's a good time to break to be in fibula. Can't go out anyways during lockdown. Oh, damn. That happened to you, Nurse Bev? Susan McDermott, your younger brother's name was William. Yeah. You always called him Billy. Half Rudder goes by half. I'm sorry, Nurse Bev. I hope you heal up quickly. Tripped over one of our cats. Ooh, ouch. I'm sorry to hear that. Tammy, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Tammy. I hope I didn't miss you earlier. Hello, everyone. Will, I can't find your video about starting a YouTube channel. Is it still there, or did you take it down? I can't find it. I don't believe I took it down. What I can do for you, Tammy, is after the live stream this morning, what I can do is I'll post a link and go to my community tab, and I'll post a link to it there. It's about the best I can do right now. I mean, I could look, but I'm pretty sure it's there. I haven't taken it down. Sometimes things get blocked, or YouTube is the new thing is people keep on reporting content as not suitable for minors. So they things don't show up on my channel a lot, or it could have marked it as just as member only. If it's a member only, and if you're not a member, I'm sorry if you are and I don't know it. It might be underneath that playlist. Holly Berry. Yikes. Yeah. Gloria. Good morning, Gloria. Will, how's the weather this weekend there? Today, I can tell you really quick. Got this good old computer right here in my hand. Today is supposed to be 53 degrees. Winds out of the south-southwest at 6 miles an hour, 6% chance of precipitation. But besides the weather, it's going to be a good weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to relax today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out in golf today or not, but otherwise, I'm just going to relax. Yeah, I got to go take my son to the store here after the stream. I have to go get him new shoes. Not that he's worn them out. His little feet keep on growing. Ugh. Kids. And he just keeps on growing for some reason. I told my wife, maybe if we stop feeding him, he'll stop growing. But that's a joke. I'm going to feed him anyways. It just keeps on growing. But he outgrew. I just bought him his shoes. Like November. But now, here we are in first part of January, a month and a half later. They don't fit now. Chatterbox, did you get my email this morning? I sent you in another email. I hope it was to you, to your old the name you used before at Gmail. How old is my son, Mary T? He is this many. If you ask him, that's what he says. How old are you? And he'll go, I this many. I'm like, okay. He knows his numbers and he knows his colors and everything. It's just that's how he always says it. I this many. F rudder, my septic system is backed up waiting for the plumber. Fun Saturday. Oh, I'm sorry, half rudder. That's one thing. You have a septic tank. That's one thing I don't miss about living here where I am now. We're finally on city services here for water and for septic. But yeah, the last house we had before this, we lived in what was called an unincorporated part of the city. So we had well water and we had septic, and I did not like that. Had nothing but problems with it. Gertie Gert. Hey, Will, listening from the hospital. Oh, I hope you get better, Gertie Gert. I'm sorry to hear that you're in the hospital. Kids, don't feed them after midnight because they will turn into gremlins. I think my son is already a gremlin. When me and my wife, we've already raised a daughter. She's going to be 23 years old here this year. But when her growing up, she never really, she ate a lot of food, but she didn't eat anywhere near like my son. My son can have breakfast, and eat breakfast and still be hungry, and then want to snack all day long, and then have lunch and dinner and snacks and everything else and still be hungry. The little boy can put away some food, ladies and gentlemen. And we're not talking like he's got like these little plates that have like, part where you put on main hors d'oeuvre, entree and main entree. And there's got a place for fruit and vegetables and stuff like that. And it's, they're separated out, and it's got a place for his cup and everything else. He can devour all that and then still want more and more. I've never seen a kid like that. And I was telling my wife when younger, she's like, when he was first born, how much he was going to eat. And she's like, no. And I'm like, you got to ask your friends, man, because little boys eat. They can put away some food. We rescued 4 out of our flower bed. The kittens or cats. That's cool. Just had to do leech lines. Ugh. Eve, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Eve. I hope you're doing well. You have 3 kittens. I think me and my wife are done with adopting animals, rescuing animals. Pretty much after the dogs and the cats that we have now, it's going to be it. And then my daughter wants to get a dog, and we're like, if you get a dog, you're going to have to, move out. Just do it. She already has 1 dog. She has a rat terrier. Was it sort of different? My baby was 2 when I started following you. Oh, that's cool, Gertie Gert. I'm glad that you follow my content. I hope you enjoy it. 2 female cats and 5 kittens since then. Wow, all feral. Hey, you got some work ahead of you there, Nurse Bev. 4 little kittens in our flower bed. What a sweet little surprise! Wow. My cat that his name is Bogey. Well, I have 2 cats, but Bogey. Sorry, I just remembered that I had that on the screen there. Bogey, a friend of ours, they rescued him out of a tree and they couldn't keep him, so we got Bogey. But we got Bogey fixed and took him to a local place at the clinic that does all that, and got him all his shots and everything else. And he's going to be he's the youngest out of all the animals by far. My other cat is Tebow, and Tebow I was sitting at home and I saw a lady putting up a wanted post, the missing poster for a cat on the telephone pole. I walked over, looked at it, and I'm like, called the number. I'm like, hey, I know where your cat is. Your cat's on my front porch eating. She didn't want the cat back. I think she was just doing that to make her daughter feel better, but she didn't want the cat back, so I have him. He's getting up there in the years, so he's really grumpy. I've got animals piled on top of me sleeping now. Stump, he's a rescue. That's cool, Jeannie. Mama Tara, LOL. I have a friend with an adorable dog named Bogey. That's cool. This is the first one. I named my dog, but all the other subsequent animals that we've rescued or fostered or anything else, I've never gotten to name any of them, except for my dog and the kitten. Well, it's not a kitten anymore. Tebow, not Tebow, but Bogey. I named my dog Lucky, and Lucky was named. I named him Lucky because he was born almost 3 days after all the other puppies that were born, and we thought that she was pushing a deceased, stillborn puppy, and nope. He came out. He had the biggest freaking paws. I've never seen a puppy with paws that big. So, and all the other ones had little tiny little paws, but his paws were like twice the size of all the other puppies. Turns out, when a dog goes into heat, they can have multiple partners and have puppies from multiple partners at the same time. So just because one dog, has a litter of puppies doesn't mean that all those puppies are from one other dog. They can be from multiple partners. I did not know that. You're my family. My dad always named the pets, even named my brother and iguana and my horse. Oh, you have a horse? Do you still have it? My sister has a horse. She's always had the and since she pretty much been, from adulthood on, she's had some kind of horse, a horse. She's had retired horses, and she's had, I don't know what the horse that she has now does. I mean, I think it's just a riding horse, stable horse. Like, I don't know anything about horses. I don't like horses. They smell like horses, but that's just me. They're not my thing. I watched Animal Hoarders on TV the other day, and a man had 150 chickens running loose, living in his house. Very disturbing and nasty. I watched an episode, Kevin, of Hoarders, where a gentleman had rats. They weren't rats that moved in because he was disgusting. He was disgusting on top of that, but he hoarded the rats, and they lived in his house, and there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rats, and the disgusting stuff on the floor everywhere. This guy lived in it for years. Oh, Cece loves horses. My beagle's been playing in the snow this morning. Wow, you got snow down there? Down there in the holler? That's cool, Cece. I love animals. I love horses. So beautiful and awesome. They're not cheap to take care of. I know that. I have a phobia about hoarders or rodents. Yeah, no. I'm not a big fan of them either. So here where I live, in the fall, part of the fall, in the first part of the fall when it starts to get cold, we have field mice they'll do anything to get into your home or to find someplace warm. And I'll come out in the morning and I'll see field mice running up and down my driveway along the fence area. I mean, you just stand there, you can watch them. They'll run along the driveway, where the concrete is, and either they're escaping from a rattlesnake or something that's either trying to get to them, because the rattlesnakes sleep on the concrete at night. Everywhere, you see them all the time. It's just one of those things where you come out in the morning, you just know they're going to be there. They try to stay away from human beings as much as possible, but they're there. We know it. Ew. Yeah, don't care for mice or rats. My wife has had rats before. The last one she had was a pet that was called Turret. Turret the rat, because it was lived in it had shavings in the terrarium, whatever you call it for rats, aquarium. I don't know. It's one of those. But it would just pop its head up out of its little hole and look around, and then beep, back down inside. But she hasn't had one since we've been married. She had it when she was in high school. Good morning, pretty camo. We have field mice in our basement. We have caught 8 so far. Sorry. Ooh, Coffee with CC says she is scared of mice. Nurse Bev, no rats. Oma, good morning, Oma. Hello there. Happy Saturday, Will. Well, happy Saturday to you too, Oma. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you could be here this morning. About rats was for everyone to see. There's 50 more. Being around horses, of course, there's all kinds of rats and mice, so still jump when I see them. Yeah. I see them all the time. Whenever I go help my sister at her horse stall, cleaning out the horse stall, you see them all the time. They're everywhere. No matter what time of year it is, too. There could be snow on the ground, whatever. They're burrowed underneath the hay. to just where they live. They'll find any little spot on a shelf somewhere. Just got to try to keep them out of the feed. And we use those. They're kind of like Rubbermaid tubs, but they're heavier duty tubs that actually locks. You can put a padlock on it, but it also has like these handles that lock the actual lid, so they can't get up past it. We use those to put the horse feed in and stuff. Well, I should say we. They're her horses. I just help her sometimes clean up around them. Your goat Annabelle has a little field mouse that gets into her shed and jumps. You jump every time you see it. Pretty and Camo loves goats. Are we talking about rats? Inner peas? We're talking about everything. We're talking about all kinds of animals this morning. Horses, rats, mice, cats, dogs. And good morning and welcome to the stream. Glad you could be here this morning. Holly Berry, are you the only one that feeds them? I don't know. Not me. Mice and rats don't really bother me. I can't stand flies and I can't stand ants. Don't like them. Cats. No. Me and my wife feed the feral cats down by the river. We have a park that is near a river and it has a boat launch. And there are a bunch of feral cats that live down there. And I don't want to say 100% of them, but a large majority, probably close to 90% or better, have all been captured in the past, and they've all been fixed and then re-released back into the area where they live. And we go down and we'll buy like a bag of cat food, dry food, and then we split it up, or just cut the bag open and put it in an area. There's quite a few people who do that. I mean, the cats have been there since these feral cats in these communities of cats have been there since pretty much people in this area moved here in the 1940s. So they've always been there. June bugs? We don't have June bugs here. But I can understand why you don't like them. There's a Cece, there's a nonprofit here that's called Mikey's Rescue, and that they started off as a rescue shelter for cats and dogs, and a fostering place. That they work closely with the ASPCA, and they're the ones that started feeding the feral cats, catching the cats, paying for them to be fixed, and then re-released to where they're from to help control the population. They can't catch them all. That's why I say 90% of them have been captured and fixed. Italian wedding cookies and a happy birthday cake for your father-in-law. Oh, that's really nice of you to do that. I don't even know when my father-in-law's birthday is. I believe it's in March, but it could be April. I know it's like not quite in June. I know it's not in the middle of the year, it's just before then. Because I have a sister whose birthday is in March, but for some reason I think it's close to her birthday. Less cats, more mice. $800. $700 to have our three fixed. The cats? Oh wow! I'm sorry about that. We have a clinic here where that's $700 to have your cats fixed. Bogey, after we got him, I got him fixed, all his shots and everything, and we have to have every animal, dog or cat, has to have rabies and all those shots and stuff. But it was like $102. It was just over $100 to have it done. And if they're a nonprofit organization that's all they do is they don't do emergency medical, or they won't declaw them, or trim their nails. You can't go there to have basic vet services done or checkups. All they do is they fix animals. They fix dogs and fix cats, and that is their main. And then they give them their shots. That's it. Man who used to live next door to me is the reason we have feral cat problem here at my place. They live down in the woods under a big rock. Wow. Turkey meatballs today. I have no idea what I'm making today. So me and my wife signed up for that Hello Fresh. That you all have seen, unless you live underneath a rock like those cats near Cece's, you've heard of Hello Fresh. But we got we're on our third box now, and I mean overall the quality is excellent. Cost wise, we get the meals for $4. You can buy them increments of 2 and 4, and then you can add extras and all kinds of stuff to it. But it's pretty easy to make. They come with step-by-step instructions and pictures, and so anybody can do it, can make these meals. I mean, even if you have zero to very limited culinary skills, you can make these meals. And like I said, the quality is great, but it's not kid friendly. At least the ones we've had so far. Do I like it? Do I HelloFresh? Yeah. I would out of like 10 being a possible the best service out there. I would give HelloFresh probably an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, everything comes in a bag, a paper bag that you can reuse to throw all the scraps in for your compost, because the bags are 100% recycled paper already, and everything you need is in there. The seasonings, everything you need. If it's spaghetti or bolognese sauce, the sauce is there, the meat's there, the noodles, everything comes in a package, in the bag. And then there's reusable ice blocks that separate the meat out from the vegetables. So it tells you pictures step by step, how to make each and every meal. And it comes to the meals that we've been getting come to about, I think, $7, $8 right in there per person. So, I mean, and we compared it out. All right, and we took 2 of the recipe cards and we went to the grocery store, and we portioned it out. Okay, we need potatoes for 4, and we need the meat and then the noodles and everything else, and we bought it all just for this, to make this one meal. What would the cost be? And our cost, if we went to the grocery store to buy it, for just one meal, which obviously you can't take like a half a jar of spaghetti sauce. You can buy like a smaller can, but you'd still end up with half a jar of spaghetti sauce left. But it came to about $5.80. So we're spending about $3 more per portion, to have it delivered right to our door. So that there's convenience in that. Overall, I mean, but my wife likes it because it's easy to cook and it's quick. And most of the prep, cook, everything, meal done, right out of the bag, 30 minutes. it's about the same amount of time it would take you. And some of them are a heck of a lot less. They have fast meals too, meals that are under 10 minutes. There's breakfast items. Just check it out if you're interested in it. I don't have a promo code or anything to give anybody. I'm not going to get anything for talking about them. But yeah, my wife likes it, so we're going to keep on getting it, I guess. I wonder how well HelloFresh would work in Instapot. Very well. I can tell you that right now. We've actually done it. That some of the meals in Instapots work awesome. And air fryers. There's all different kinds of meals. Every week they offer like 30 different meals to choose from, and you have to get them in portions of 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. And then you can add more chicken or the proteins. You can add proteins. You can add dessert. You can add all kinds of things to the meals to be delivered. But we've used our Instapot. We've used our air fryer. We've used our toaster oven. We've used our regular oven. Anything, and obviously it speeds up the cook time from 30 minutes, an Instapot, and some of the meals. I think it took 11 minutes versus 30 minutes to make some of the meals. I mean, you still have the prep time, cutting up, the vegetables and stuff like that and putting it all in there. But yeah, we've used it all. And even though their instructions don't give you the instructions for Instapot or air fryers, we use the air fryer because there's one of them that is a burger meal. It's a mozzarella stuffed burgers, and simple as heck to make. And it comes with making home fries, and we use the air fryer for that. So good, and cut out so much of the fats. Otherwise you're putting them in the oven on broil and bake. But you put them in the air fryer, you don't have to add all that oil and stuff to it. Housekeeping, hubby's not used to having to do stuff. I'm sorry. Well, I'm the one around my house who does a large majority of the house cleaning. It's not because my family won't do it or they don't know how to do it. I'm very particular about especially like the kitchen and living room and dining room. I'm very particular about it. I'm not allowed to do laundry because, well, my theory is you throw it all in the damn washing machine, it gets washed, right? Add some soap, boom, it's done. Well, apparently you have to separate the colors, and some things can't go in the wash with other things because they're delicate. Why do you buy these things? If it can't be thrown all in one lump sum in the washing machine, I don't need it. Why do they buy it? I'm fussy too, Will. Yeah. I could go round and around about that all day long, about especially my kitchen. You have to separate it. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not allowed to do laundry. Not allowed at all. I mean, I do separate out my clothes and my son's clothes, and I'll do a load of laundry for just me and him. But I'm not allowed to wash my wife's or my daughter's or anything else. I'm not even allowed to wash the bedding. I can take it all down there for them, to our laundry room, which is in the basement. But I'm not allowed to wash it. Apparently, some things you just can't throw into the wash machine on regular cycle. You have to tell him how. Good morning, Carpe Diem. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are having a wonderful day today. I was hoping that Richard would join us this morning, but apparently he must be busy still. Yesterday afternoon, I got this wonderful Christmas card in the mail yesterday from a very special fan of my channel, Rupal. You see it? It says Merry Christmas right here. From Cancer Research in the UK. She put little gems on the inside. Really cool. Says, "Dear Will and all, happy Christmas and happy New Year to you. Love, Rupal. Keep up the good work on 4-1 now." That's the inside. It's really cool. But I just got it yesterday. You know, here in America, we all know, if you live in America, we call it snail mail for a reason. It takes forever for things to get here. There you are. Oh my goodness. I just tuned in and you got it. Yes, I did. I got it yesterday. Good morning, Rupal, and thank you so much for the Christmas card. I really do appreciate that. But knock the hat off. I got this letter from Richard, and he sent me $1 million. And now I'm gonna miss the stupid nail on the wall. There we go. I love getting mail from viewers, and I get a lot more. I used to get a lot more than I do now, but it's always nice to hear from people, you know. And I really appreciate the fact that people take the time out of their day and their time, you know, spend their money on a postage stamp or whatever, you know, to write me, send me a card. I appreciate it. Nurse Bez, you're frustrated. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, gotta watch out for those kitties, though. Don't trip over them again and hurt the other leg. You're $1 million richer, thanks to Richard, right? I've got a whole stack of letters down here from you know, from different viewers and subscribers to my channel. I have one lady from, I didn't know who she was at first, because the first like 6 or 7 times that she wrote me, she never put a letter in it. She was just sending me newspaper clippings, you know, of articles that she was interested in seeing if I would cover. And she just write on the newspaper clipping, circle it, and then an arrow, you know, would you be interested? She'd write on the actual newspaper clipping. But now I know who she is. But she writes me every once in a while and sends me clippings from around the world, or different articles. But now, you know, at least I know who she is, because she never put a return address on her letters. I don't know how you're able to do that. If I go to the post office and drop off a letter, and I don't put a return address on it, they hand that right back to me. They won't even take it from me. Maybe it's just my post office here. I don't know if that's a rule that they have to follow for all the United States Post Office or what. The Real Duct Tape Bandit just wanted to pop in and say good morning. Hello, Will. Hello, Real Duct Tape Bandit, or Duct Tape Bandit. I hope you are having a great day today. Hope if you are doing well and you and your loved ones are safe out there. 5:30 a.m. when I fell. Hubby called an ambulance because it's 10 stairs to the driveway and can't carry your big butt. I'm sorry, Nurse Bev. But that's gotta hurt. I hope you know for a speedy recovery. Did you research murder for lobster? Yes, Pretty Camel. I did. I think that was the one that I looked up from our live stream. Hold on. Yeah, I started to look into it some, but it's an older case. I see you. You see me. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. December 30th. Wow. Just before New Year's too? How are you supposed to dance and party the New Year away when you have a broken leg? Well, both, right? You broke the fibula and tibula. That's got to hurt a lot. So, will any long-term effects from COVID? You know, I try to be as honest as possible about this, Emily. My long-term issues, I haven't noticed anything more, but most of the side effects from COVID is scarring in your lungs, or joint pain. For some reason, it seems to bother those who have rheumatoid arthritis and other arthritis. I already have rheumatoid arthritis. I already have joint pain, and I already have damage to my lungs that is service connected from when I was in the military, along with the fact that I'm a smoker. So what is new that's from COVID and what is damage that is prior to it? It's hard to say. And that's exactly what my doctor, told me is the last time that I did a lung capacity test was about, I want to say 8 months prior to actually getting COVID, but it might have been a little bit longer or shorter than that. It was right in there in that area. But he's like, well, I can't see anything different. But then again, you keep on damaging your lungs every single day of, the week and year. So what's from COVID? What's not from COVID? He goes, well, I wouldn't be able to tell you. And I'm like, oh, that's really helpful. He goes, I could do another chest X-ray. He goes, the spider webbing was there before COVID. The spider webbing is going to be there now. And I'm like, okay. Well, that's the honest truth. I haven't noticed anything more, but then again, I sometimes I think the arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, is when it's acting up. I think, well, this has got to be connected to the COVID, but probably not. Just change of weather, season, use. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so. Good morning, hello, sunshine. Will, you had C19. Oh boy, hope you are fully recovered. I don't have anything that that I can say. Look, this is definitely from COVID. On the scale, my family, physician, my PA, primary care physician, said that what I had was more on the milder end of it, health wise. If it would have gotten worse, it definitely could have killed me. Just like everybody else. I mean, some people get the flu and they get the flu real bad, and some people don't. When they get the flu, they barely have a sniffle. So I'm here, and I'm gonna keep on moving forward until I take my last breath on this earth, which is going to be an awfully, awfully long time from now. Shine on. CC. Cement Shoes, good morning. I hope you are doing well, Cement Shoes. I hate it when this thing stops like that. My niece, her hubby, and both baby daughters all have COVID right now. They caught it from work, both police officers. Oh, I'm so sorry. Really sorry about that, Gayla. I hope they recover soon. I know it was absolutely freaking miserable to me. And there was the worst part about about getting COVID, and this is the honest truth. The worst part about it is when you can breathe 1 minute and then the next minute you can't do anything to be able to seem to catch your breath or to bring in enough oxygen into your system. That'll scare the living bejeebus out of anybody. And I went from 0 to 60 just like that. I mean, I woke up that morning. I woke up one morning and it was like I felt like a little under the weather. I was tired, lethargic. Feeling. It's just I was unmotivated, and I really didn't have desire to do much of anything. And I didn't know I had COVID. I didn't know I was exposed to it. Went to work, did my job, kept on doing my job. Went the next day. And then we all got noticed that a gentleman who was here working with us at my job before I quit to do this. Well, I didn't quit. They pretty much laid us all off or transferred us to another company when the company stopped doing business in America. But they said we had been exposed from a temp employee who was there on assignment. And we're like, oh, great. And then we all had to go get tested. Then I got tested. The first test, they lost. And then I had to go back, and they had to test me again. And then I was positive, and I couldn't go back to work until I got a negative. And then the next one was negative, and then I was just like, come on. But well, it's life, I guess. This is the world we live in nowadays, isn't it? Yeah. Asthma. I don't know what asthma is like, but I mean, if I had asthma, it'd probably scare the living out of me. Blessed here, a few cases, but so saying just one confirmed case for close to borders in quarantine. They closed the borders in quarantine. That's the worst thing about this entire thing is I still see people, daily, walking around. They'll walk into gas stations not wearing a mask. They tell them they can't be in there without a mask. They walk out. They throw a tantrum about it. I still see it every day. Just wear a damn mask. They're like, you're taking away my constitutional rights. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing in the Constitution that says that you can't be mandated with a health requirement to not transmit diseases to other people. But they think that they're taking away their freedom. Anybody stood up and has actually read the Constitution, but that's my own personal beliefs, and I don't want to talk about that too much. I just stay home. I can't breathe with a mask on for very long. I'm sorry about that. Well, and that's one of the better things though that's come from all this is delivery, home delivery of. I mean, you can. I know, like a year ago, before all this started, I couldn't get groceries delivered to my home. I mean, I can go on to Costco's website and they'll deliver just about everything to my home now. I can get the grocery stores to deliver. I can get just about every type of food or beverage delivered to my home. And yes, beer, wine, tobacco products. I can get it all delivered right here to my home. And so that's a good thing to come from it. I mean, it's definitely made my life a lot easier to not put aside the COVID thing. But, if I can cut something like that out, like having to go to the grocery store, get my son dressed, make sure I keep clothes on him long enough to go to the store, which is always fun. If anybody out there that's mommy or daddy, who's had, what it's like, especially, with a 4-year-old. I mean, if I can keep clothes on him long enough to go to the store and get out of the store, because the first thing that always goes is the shoes. Then he wants to take off his socks, then his shirt. And I'm like, no, trying to keep just putting him in the car and driving to the store. And then looking back in the back seat, I'm like, oh, well, look, he still has pants on. Yay. That's my son. And that's my daily fight, is just to keep clothes on him. He wants to be naked. Always naked. Naked. Running, or that he's running around with his Minecraft undies on. It's funny. Oh yeah. Pants for the win, man. I get to the store, he's got pants on. But yesterday we went to the store and we got to Kroger's, which is probably about 4 miles from here. It's the closest grocery store. We used to have an Albertsons, but they closed down like 3 years ago. So now we got to drive even farther to the grocery store. But I needed to find what they call them, wall anchors. It's a little thing that goes out and spreads behind the sheetrock. I need to find some of those. And so I got to the store, and I get out of my truck, walk around the back over to the passenger door and lean the seat forward to get him out of his car seat. And he's wearing one sock and his pants. I can't, and I'm like, well, okay, where are the shoes? He took his shoes off and he threw them to the other side of the truck. So I had to walk back around the truck, get both the shoes, walk back around, and I couldn't find the sock. It's somewhere. It's probably somewhere behind his car seat or something. I don't know where it is. But I just said, forget it. You're getting 2 shoes, regardless. One sock on one foot, shoe with no sock on the other foot. Put the shirt back on him. Put his, he didn't have a coat on him. He didn't like to wear his coat in his car seat. So even though you can adjust the straps and everything else, but he still doesn't like it. He'll take that coat off. And the part that's scary is right now is he's been watching me as I actually put the buckles on, and he's been watching how I do it. So I know it's just a matter of time before he figures out how to unbuckle himself from the car seat while I'm driving. So it's coming. All the fun you get as a parent. Do. You don't like bunched up clothing either? Yeah. Hilarious. My boy would get naked and climb our tree. Neighbors were done, not too pleased, seeing little naked boy perched on a branch outside. Oh, Gloria. Oh, I'll tell you about the time my son got out of the yard. So we have an 8-foot like chain link fence, and it's got those plastic slits in it, things in it. So it has more privacy, the chain link fence between our property and our neighbors behind us. And there's probably about 100 yards between the fence and their back of their house because they're pretty deep, like backyard areas. And my son, well, this is partially my fault because when we bought the house, there was a tree that was dead and it was partially taken down. And I took the tree down the rest of the way and stacked up all the firewood near the fence, not thinking ahead that my son would eventually use this as a ladder to get up over the fence. Well, he got up over the fence, and because he had been watching their kids play in the backyard with Nerf guns, and he loves Nerf guns. So he climbed the fence, got over the other side. He must have directly fallen, that 8 feet on the other side of the fence. Luckily, didn't hurt himself, but then ran towards the house. I didn't see any of this. But the neighbor came home, and he was in between jobs at the time, and he was looking for. He was all dressed up in a 3-piece suit, and white shirt, and I looked everywhere in my backyard. I'm like, where the hell did my son go? In a panic, I just happened to glance over the fence, and I saw his little blonde head, and I'm like, great. Now I got to get over this fence, so I got to go run into the garage. I grab a ladder, put it up on the fence to climb over the fence to go get his from the neighbor. And the neighbor's standing there with the suit, and he's like, does this one belong to you? And I'm like, yep, that's my son. Now, he is wearing socks, 2 socks, and nothing else. He had taken off everything in the backyard, in my backyard, and then climbed the fence buck naked except for wearing his little black and orange striped socks. That was my experience. He hasn't been able to climb into the tree yet. So we cut all the lower branches so he couldn't get up into the tree yet because my wife is afraid he's going to fall and hurt himself. Good morning. Is it pronounced that Michal? Is it? I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, but good morning and welcome to the stream. Hope you are having a wonderful day today. It's like Michelle, but with an A. Michal or Michelle. Michelle. I don't know if you put it's pronounced like Michelle. So Michelle, but is there emphasis on the A? Damn. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. No emphasis on an A, just Michelle. All right. Well, hadn't seen the name before, but if I had, otherwise, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you could be here. I did that too as a child down to your skivvies and went running 3 blocks down the street. Wow, Emily. Yeah, that was the first time he got out of the yard. The other time he got out of the yard, he was running down the street in his pull-up, and it didn't matter how fast I ran. I couldn't catch up with that little boy, man. He is fast. And he'd run, and he thought it was the funniest thing in the world, watching me run after him. And then just as soon as I got closer to him, he'd take off and run again. And I was chasing him. He got only about a half a block away that time, but he just kept on running and then laughing the whole way. He thought that was the funniest thing in the world. I thought I was going to die. I'm like, stop. He just kept on running. Be right back. All right, cement shoes. Oh, thank you, Chatterbox. Let's say a prayer for your family, Gayla. Yeah, same here. This little duck's off to bed. It's Sunday morning here. Stay safe, everyone. We'll shine on. You have a great day today. Sleep tight. You're on here occasionally, Will. You've talked to me before. I'm sorry. I'm just not recognizing the name this morning. That's my fault. My grandson wears his Captain America costume everywhere. That's cool. No, my son doesn't. He doesn't wear it. His favorite thing to wear is he has this. It's ratty, beat up like jersey, Seahawks jersey. It still fits him. It was really big on him when he first got it, but he always wants to wear it. He wants to wear it to bed. He wants to wear it when he takes a bath. And I'm like, no, but he always wants to wear it. He knows where his clothes are, so he'll go into his dresser and look for it all the time. Everything is great here with me. I can't complain. I'm gonna have a relaxing weekend. I need it. It was a really hectic week leading up, so I'm just gonna relax and probably do nothing. Don't know if I'm gonna go golfing or not today yet. It all depends. I have nothing on my honey to do list. The list of things that my wife has made for me that need to get accomplished. Nothing that I'm completing or working on today. So I'm just gonna relax. Well, thank you, Half Rudder. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Laundry today from Mary T. Snowy photography. Good morning. How's the weather up there in the Great North? Yeah, the Great North. like trying to, I'm like, it ain't the Northwest up there, is it? Is that the Northwest Territory? But either way, good morning, Snowy Photography. Di good morning. Welcome to the stream, Di I hope you're doing well. Actually, it's really nice there, nice and sunny and above freezing. That's good. That's good. Today, I think it's supposed to be pretty decent weather here. Me too. Relax. My husband just left for a month for Libya. Going to be lonely. Oh, I'm sorry, Short Nice. Well, I hope your husband stays safe over there. I have an uncle that right now is in Saudi Arabia. He works for an oil company, and I can't remember what they're doing exactly right now, but he works more. He doesn't work on the actual oil wells themselves. He's geologist. I don't know what the heck they call what he does. Michelle, it froze last night in the suburbs of Chicago. Wow. Cubs fan. Hope all goes well for both of you. Yeah. Wow, must be warm there. So cold in Michigan. Not much snow this year, but it's good. Our lake and rivers levels are all at all-time highs. Barely any beachfront from the erosion. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Emily. He's visiting family. That's cool. Got to root for the Cubbies. I'm going to get myself a new Cubs hat. I don't have enough. I get enough flack from my friends. Every time I'm at the store, my debit card has the Cubs on my debit card, and if I'm wearing my Boston hat, they're always like, "Why do you have a Boston Red Sox hat in a Cubs card?" Because I'm a fan of both. You can't be a fan of both. My son took my Cubs hat. Don't know where it is. Probably somewhere in his bedroom in his toy box or something. Hello, fellow Ontarian. They're breaking up the team, rebuilding the team. Snowy Photography is an Eagles fan. The Eagles in the band or Eagles as in football? Leave it to Bieber. Good morning, sweetheart. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Good morning, showing some love. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Well, I hope you have a wonderful weekend as well. Marie, my town just reached 1,000 deaths from COVID. It's just not worth going out. No, it's not. Hello, but your son in the Cubs hat, yeah. It took me forever. So he took this thing from me. It's my voice recorder. It took me forever to find it, and I finally. If it wasn't for the fact that I found one of the batteries out of this on the floor in his bedroom, I never would have been able to find it. I wouldn't have known that he actually had it. Because sometimes, in the afternoon, I'll be in here in the studio and I'll be researching something, and I'll take my laptop and I'll put it here on the table, and then he can watch, a video of PBS Kids, or something. I'll put on for him, and he'll watch maybe a 5 or 10 minute video of from PBS Kids while I'm working really quick, and then we close up the laptop and then we leave. Well, he must have made it out of here at some point within the last couple of months with that, because I haven't been able to find it since. I searched high and low through all this, tearing through the tubs that are down over there. I'm pointing that way towards the camera though, but there's tubs that have like cables and stuff like that. And I thought for sure maybe I put it away somewhere, and I couldn't remember where. I do that. It happens to me a lot. I put things away, and I'm like, okay, I'll put this over here, and then I'll come back and get it later, and then I forget where I put it. Yeah. My favorite place is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Love it there. One of these days, I'm going to go play golf there. It's on my bucket list of places to play. Myrtle Beach and Torrey Pines. Those are the two places that I want to play the most. Played a lot of really great courses in California. Played in Hawaii, all over up and down the West Coast. I played back east as far as was that in Illinois or Ohio? But I've made it about halfway across the United States playing playing golf. But and I don't normally take them with me when I go on vacation because it costs too much and it takes up too much room in my car to lug golf clubs around everywhere. So, but one of these days, I'm going to make it there to play. Thank God for YouTube and Netflix. I'm a little saddened at the fact that the new docuseries on Stephen King's The Stand is only on Apple TV. At least that's what I think. I think it's only on Apple TV. Northern England, I'm about 25 kilometers from Liverpool and 15 to Manchester. That'd be cool to go there. My daughter was supposed to leave for Japan here in this coming week. I think on Wednesday she was supposed to fly to Canada, and then from Canada nonstop to Japan. But they're not letting any Americans in to the country right now, even though she has had her first of the two COVID shots, and she can prove that she's negative. But she was supposed to go there. Right now, she's fighting with the travel agency and the insurance company because they don't want to reimburse her for her airline tickets and motel and everything else. Well, she got the motel money, the money she had paid for the motel. She got that back, but fighting with the airline companies now. They won't let her in because of COVID. They said it's her fault because she's coming from a state that doesn't have strict enough policies in place for COVID. That's what they said to her in an email. But she's been saving up for that trip for so long. You should take a trip. Yeah, well, one of these days. My family, my daughter, my wife, son, mother-in-law, they all travel the world. I prefer to stay here in the United States. Not that I can't travel outside the United States. A lot of people have actually guessed that in the past. They're like, well, you don't travel outside the United States because you can't get a passport. Yes, I can. I have a passport. There's a lot of things here in America that I still want to see, before, my time runs out. There are parts of the world that I'd love to see. I'd love to, travel to Italy, Spain, the Riviera area. I'd love to go there. I've got family in Great Britain. I've got family in Ireland that I'd love to go back and see again. But just prefer to be here. Because there's more that I haven't seen here. New Zealand. My wife, she's snowy. My wife is constantly trying to get me to move to New Zealand. New Zealand or Australia. She would love nothing more than to pack up and sell everything and move to New Zealand. She's infatuated with New Zealand. It all started over the YouTube channel, Viva La Dirt League. If you haven't checked out their channel, you should. They do a little bit of it's like sketch comedy, and then they also make fun of video games, and games that people play. So they act out like stupid things that happen in games, and stuff like that. But they also do skits from like where they work at a computer store. Marie, you love Ireland. What's up, Will? Good morning, Carolina girl. I hope you are doing well, Carolina girl. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are having a wonderful Saturday. You chose your cats over travel. That's been a huge. It was a huge problem, especially before my our dogs got to the ages that they are now. We never took vacations as a family. Well, I would take vacations for a month. I'd be gone for like the entire month of June. But my wife would, and my daughter, my son, mother-in-law, they would all travel to, Ireland or Scotland or Belize or Argentina or wherever they wanted to go. They just went. And I didn't go with them because we always had to have somebody here for the pets. But now that my nephews, and nephew and nieces are all over, they're older, they're in their 20s. But now that they are and they live and work here, they can come to my home and house sit, with the pets and take care of them, so we can all travel together. Ireland is gorgeous and magical. I don't know about magical. I got family that lives in the Belfast area, and then I'm trying to remember the name of the other town. It's like a fishing village. It's up northern Ireland. But more of my family is from the Belfast in that area in Ireland. Cement Shoes is back. In Olin, West England, travel to Scotland, Wales, Ireland, gorgeous. That's cool. When I went to Ireland with the family, that was 97, 1997, somewhere in there, 98. Go to NC, then Orlando and Florida Marie. Oh, North Carolina. I've been to North Carolina. Not that I enjoyed my time there, but I've been to North and South Carolina. The lower 48 states, I've been to every one. Every single one. Out of all the states, the only states that I probably would skip again is New Mexico and Mississippi. But I'd go to all the other ones. Sorry if that's where you're from or you live. I just didn't enjoy my time in either one of those two. Alabama. Roll Tide. I would love to visit England. Highclere Castle from Downton Abbey from the TV show. That'd be cool. No, I've never seen a single episode of Downton Abbey, but my wife has. That's the only reason I know about it. Just by walking by it, it's like, oh, what's that? Oh, Downton Abbey. Oh, okay. That in Scotland, you can take a tour, the Haunted Castle tour. I've been watching watching a YouTuber who walks around New York, Nurse Bev. That's cool. They show all the different boroughs and stuff like that in New York, or are they just hitting all the tourist landmarks? I went to Serbia with my mother in 2019. We have family there. I didn't go there for 29 years before that. So you're 21. It's a fun place. It's fun to see places. It's amazing how cities change over the years. Like downtown Minneapolis is nothing like what I remember, and in the places that I used to go and hang out when I was a teenager. It's changed so much down there, downtown Minneapolis. Probably will never get to New York. Oh, Croatia is amazing. When I think of tourism, I don't think of Croatia. I mean, if you have family there, I guess that'd be a reason to go there. But I'm sure there's some really lovely places in Croatia. Baltics. I don't know. Nothing wrong with it. I just can't think of anything on the top of my head that's there that I'd want to see. Besides, if I had family there, sure, I'd go there. I mean, I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia again, but I never hear anyone say they want to go to North or South Dakota. Well, you can go. Was it is it South Dakota? They have a sewage treatment plant that's named after John Oliver, the comedian from This Weekend Tonight. I think it's in South Dakota that they named that sewage plant after him. North Dakota. I've been to North Dakota a lot. I mean, I drive through it normally every year. I stop in quite a few different places in North Dakota. Fargo is a nice area. But there are some great people in there in the state. Beth Days, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Beth. Hope you are doing well. I would love to come to Canada again. I have tons of family there. The Badlands. Yeah. Love to see the Badlands. There's places like you can see where Teddy Roosevelt, cabin was and what still is there, and his where he hung out and went hunting. And there's lots of, historical landmarks in Dakotas. If you want to get really depressed, you can always go to the Pine Ridge Reservation. But there's a lot of history there. If you're interested in American history, Montreal, less drama. You're in Alberta. My dad claims he's been everywhere, but Soma in Afghanistan. I think his nose is growing. Ontario, people aren't the nicest. I'm at least where I live. My ex-boss is immigrants to Alberta. It just amazes you, Wendy. Some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life live in tiny, small towns. America, places that are off the interstate. You get away from the tourist traps, and the sightseeing places where people go. Travel the back roads of America. You'll meet some of the nicest people you'll ever meet, and I swear by that. I've met people that would give anything to help out a complete stranger, because that's just what they do. It's who they are. But you get a negative view about an area, and you're like, well, there's got to be something there. I mean, I've met some of the nicest people just outside of Detroit, Michigan, who are the same way, who, helpful, respectful, God-fearing, individuals. They'll do anything for anybody. It's a need. But then you hear about, Detroit or Chicago or these major metropolitan areas. And then you actually go there and you'll find it completely opposite. Not everybody inside of Detroit is, out to kill their neighbor. Not everybody in Chicago is out, shooting each other. The good people don't make the news. Yeah. 48. What's 48? Oh, missed something. Less leather clothes for woo. Plan to retire. What's an RV travel through the U.S. Well, you can get a hold of Chatterbox. She buys RVs and fixes them up and sells them. She flips them. I think she said she was starting on a new one. I don't know if she's how close she is, but I've got friends who do that. That's all they do is they travel the U.S. now. They have a couple P.O. boxes here and there, at post offices across the United States, that are close to their kids, and then they travel, and they're the happiest that I've ever seen them. They put up with that endless, nagging, existence of living in a home. You have to pay utilities, you have to pay this, you have to pay that, you have to upkeep and repairs and stuff like that. Yeah, sure you do with an RV as well, but they love it. They absolutely adore it because they get to go someplace and see something and experience something new every day that they would normally, if they would have stayed at home, kept their house, that they would have seen maybe on television. And it's not the same as being there and experiencing it firsthand. They love it. You're 54. None of us are getting any younger. Short nice. You're 47. I never would have guessed that. Never would have guessed that. 47. Wow. Almost 47. Not quite there yet. Now, Michelle, 45, 43. Chatterbox, she's asking you, Mary T is asking you if you enjoy fixing up and flipping, RVs and stuff. And she ain't asking me. I don't do that. Marie is 52 last week. See my TU licensed to dance 66. Good morning, sweetheart. I'm sorry if I missed you earlier, but welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Didi, short nice is still young. Oh yeah. We're only as old as if we mentally are and think we are. My body might be, slowly, running out of time, but my mind is mentally awake and alert. I may not be able to find my car keys, but I'm mentally awake and alert. What do you do for fun besides golfing? Well, I enjoy woodworking, automotive. I help. Me and my buddies will get together and we'll fix on cars or trucks or whatever. Golfing, poker. Don't get to play as much anymore, especially since everything is closed now with COVID. But always find a way to relax. Did I miss Debbie? Oh, there, Debbie. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I've been fatigued lately. Hopefully everyone's doing well. We're doing great, Debbie. But I got to wrap up the stream, everyone. I hope you all have a great day. If you're interested, remember on Sundays I now do a stream at 5 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time on the West Coast of the United States, 5 p.m. That is a true crime recap. every single Sunday. And so this weekend, I've got 5 more cases that I'm going to be covering, doing a recap on and updates on. So, I hope you can all tune in Sunday at 5 p.m. to watch that stream. After the true crime recap, after I go through those 5, then I open it up. I ask questions about cases, or we just chat and just like this afterwards. But we start off and we do that. But that's on Sundays. So thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day today and stay safe and warm out there. Until next time, I hope that everyone has a beautiful week ahead. So thank you again, everybody, for supporting my content and hanging out and listening to me just ramble on.